officiate tonight. We will take you to the hoop all night long right here on the Cavaliers Television Network as the guys in wine and gold look to go to 8-2 on the year and stretch the win streak to 7. Won't be easy tonight in Philadelphia. Both clubs on the tail end of a back-to-back.
Right, Michael, and both teams are pretty much set up the same way. They have guys who can hit the outside shot. Corver, he definitely can change the game with his outside shooting.
And their 6-game win streak as they look to fight Chris Webber under the hole. Webber gave it up. Cavaliers had a hand on it. Hughes will come away, and Iverson's got the Philadelphia steal. The blur that is Allen Iverson wheeling his way through the paint. He delivers the first hoop of the night.
2 turnovers right away, and Cavaliers on the short end of the stick on the first turnover.
Allen Iverson, number 1 in the NBA, and no surprise, he's led the NBA in scoring 4 times in his 10 years in the league.
What I like about this year, though, Michael, he's averaging 9 assists a game. That is unbelievable for a guy that has the ball as much as he does. He will definitely becomes a big factor now instead of hoisting up all those shots.
Drew Gooden slipped that screen, but left the jump hook on the underside of the rim. Well, Iverson against his very good friend, Eric Snow. They were backcourt mates together here at Philadelphia for 6 years. Iverson got to the paint. That's too easy. Can't let Iverson start swooping to the hoop like that.
The defensive strategy may have to change with Iverson because if you don't stop him, then you leave him open for that particular play right there. You've got to turn him back the other way. You can't just give him a false pick.
Let's see what the Cavaliers come to here. LeBron James lost it. A bounce, turnover, Cavaliers. Neither official saw it. It will be Philadelphia basketball as Scott Wall looked at Pat Frayer.
And the official that's away from the ball makes the call. Amazing.
Remember, it was on Tuesday night. The Cavaliers got off to that very slow start at the Q. They went down early, 8-0 to the Washington Wizards. As Adrunas trying to come out and help on that high pick roll, got hit with a Cavaliers foul.
A lot of teams like to start out with that, try to get Z away from the basket. Cavaliers may have to back off of that play a little bit as far as jumping Iverson and see what Iverson's going to do if he doesn't come over the top.
You have the 2 of the 3 top scoring clubs of the NBA here. LeBron James told Stephen Hunter, I'm erasing you.
Yes, indeed.
As he swatted Hunter, who was trying to crush that. That's Larry Hughes to ring up that jumper.
Good to see Larry get off to a good start right away. Good defense by LeBron on the other end.
Philadelphia, they ran pick roll there for Stephen Hunter, who, again, as I mentioned, Samuel D'Alembert, the talented young center, defensive specialist, not played this year. As Hunter was able to beat Zadrunas, he flushed it as Iverson found him with that good look around the rim.
Well, Michael, what they're doing is on the pick and roll, they're clearing out the backside, the weak side of the play, so consequently the Cavaliers would have to move away from the ball, so now they can't be in proper defensive position. They're going to have to find a way to get that weak side in position to defend that play.
The Cavaliers averaging 102 points per game. That's 3rd in the NBA. Hunter's got a rip away. Iverson against Snow. Iverson. That midair ballet of his took it to the glass, and this is not the kind of start Mike Brown was hoping for, and to get Eric Snow's attention to call the Cavaliers timeout. Allen Iverson was 6 of the 8, and he's assisted on the other field goal make. As Mike Brown and the Cavaliers will discuss it early. As I mentioned, a carbon copy of the start the Cavaliers were involved with against Washington. Hope the result's the same.
You're right.
Philly, the Sixers off to this hot start. I want to remind you to visit the Cavaliers promotional calendar at Cavs.com to see how you can become a Cleveland Cavaliers fantasy fan, courtesy of the Ohio Lottery, to find out how you can win, to have your picture taken with a Cavaliers player, courtesy of Singular Wires. Visit Cavaliers.com for complete details. All right, the Cavaliers try to see if they can respond to this early quick punch that Philadelphia has hit them with. Eric Snow will find LeBron James dancing baseline. Larry Hughes will sweet stroke that 3. All 5 for the Cavaliers come from the arsenal of Larry Hughes.
Well, Michael, they moved the ball very well. Starting on one side of the floor, get the shot on the other side of the floor, make the defense move.
Well, Larry Hughes, who shooting well from long range for Hughes, 37% from home run land so far in the NFL. That's Andre Iguodala. too strong on that rainbow jumper as LeBron James snapped it away from Stephen Hunter. James on the bounce. LeBron will touch that up and get it to go. Covers a lot of ground from that foul line in, doesn't he?
Well, once he gets to that position and you let him get in that little hop, skipping mode, skipping jump mode, you're in trouble.
Now a quick 5-0 mini burst for the Cavaliers to get right back within one. Now Iverson against good pal Eric Snow. Dump down low to Hunter. Ilgauskas said, no, you won't. Zadrunas with the rejection. Hughes way upstairs. Flight number 23 saying, hello, Philadelphia, as he smashes that down.
Now Hughes with a super pass. LeBron comes out of nowhere to snag it out the air and sit it down, young man. Sit it down.
Cavaliers 7-0 run, lead it by one. Look at Allen Iverson. Off hesitation. The toughness of Iverson. What that show-and-go move of his is almost unstoppable.
He is amazing with that little herky-jerky move, and he's so strong going to the basket to such a slight in the britches, man.
Light in the britches, yeah. Well, all 10 Philadelphia points have come in the paint. LeBron James lost the basketball. Iverson will race on Snow. Eric Snow wrapped up Allen Iverson. Of course, he'll pick his pal up. Now they're going to battle one another, and nobody wants to beat Allen Iverson worse than Eric Snow, but very, very good. AC, you know how it is. He plays 6 years together in the backcourt, and that's the relationship they have.
You're right. Eric got his hand on the ball, but with Iverson going at such a fast speed, it was hard to really stop him. And you know they definitely are competing very hard out here this evening. They were a pretty good backcourt when they were playing together.
Sure they were. And as we said, Allen Iverson, an MVP in this league. As a matter of fact, the year they went to the finals, and teamed with Eric Snow in the backcourt. Eric was the lead guard then, and at that time, Coach Larry Brown moved AI off the ball, and he played, in essence, the shooting guard.
Right, and he was really productive when he played off the ball.
Allen Iverson with 10 points in the first 4.5 minutes. He's got 10 of the Philly 12. Ilgauskas on this left block with his first touch of the night down low. He's going to back down Hunter and swing up that hook that didn't fall, but Drew Gooden's got an offensive board.
Drew is really, really understanding his role. He's really, there we go again.
Trying to find LeBron James down underneath the rim, and LeBron got clocked, and he's going to go to the free throw line. That's Stephen Hunter on the Philly foul.
Over the top, Eric, nice to see LeBron, little eye contact from LeBron and Eric, and LeBron gets over the top. He got hit there in the stomach, lower stomach area. You see his hand right there. Probably maybe almost knocked the wind out of him a little bit. He just needs to gather himself for a minute, get a chance to catch his breath.
And we're going to get a 20-second timeout. At least Derek Stafford is about ready to signal that. He is, as LeBron James looks to, as Austin said, try to collect his breath. Saturday night, been a lot of activity today on the sports scene.
Yes.
Congratulations to Jim Tressel and the Ohio State Buckeyes with their fourth quarter comeback today. I thought they were in trouble. It's time to put a DiGiorno pizza in the oven, the official pizza of the Cavaliers at Quicken Loans Arena, available in your grocer's freezer. And Austin, having pizza and what have you, I want to say a large, wonderful happy birthday to my handsome little son Cal, celebrating his 3rd birthday today with Mom and the family back at Cleveland. And Uncle AC, I bet you're going to tell Cal happy birthday too. Huh?
Happy birthday, Cal, and we'll see if we can get a couple pizzas for you.
A couple pizzas. Cavaliers will get a win for your son and your
That's
3rd
right.
birthday on this November 19th.
That's right.
He's already shooting hoop. He wants number 34, though. He wants that Austin Carr throwback look on.
I want him to be able to shoot baskets in his sleep. We're going to work on it.
We'll get Uncle Austin out next summer and make sure that Cal gets all honed in on that. It's by the way, it's a Shrek birthday tonight.
Oh, Shrek 1 and 2?
Yeah, both of them.
Oh, it's big time there.
Absolutely.
That's big time.
Shrek-themed birthday, got to be that, that's 3-year-old's favorite neighborhood.
That's
is
right.
Shrek and Friends.
All right.
Now LeBron James took that hit, and from the free throw line, LeBron connects on one of the two from the stripe. Backdoor for Andre Iguodala. Cavaliers did not account for Iguodala, and he thumped that home.
Well, they have been running the play, Michael, just trying to get the open shot from the top of the key, but he backdoored him. Good move by Philadelphia.
And LeBron James now looking at Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Z want to back down Hunter. Two-man action with LeBron and Z. Well, Zydrunas steps through. Would have counted had it gone. He beat Hunter there. Austin kind of had him three-quartered, and Hunter had no shot, no help.
Well, now you see the effect of having other guys out there that can make shots. Because Z used to have 18 people on him now. It seemed like it would be that many. But now he only had to beat one guy with maybe one guy trying to half help. So he had a chance to get to the basket, opportunity for 2 shots.
How about the first half that Zydrunas put together last night at the Q? He went double-doubling, 22 points, 11 rebounds. But hey, see, 8 offensive rebounds last night. Look at Z's last 4, and better than 5 of those almost 9 boards are on the offensive end.
And, you know, he's one of the leading rebounders, offensive rebounders last year in the league.
Yeah.
And what that tells me is Z is starting, he understands how to anticipate where the ball is going so he can get to the ball.
Yeah, I want to talk to you more about that tonight because I was mentioning that last night about his offensive anticipation. Well, Hunter cleared some space. It didn't drop. Zydrunas was trying to grab a charge there as he took contact from Stephen Hunter, and it's going to be Eric Snow who got hit with the Cavaliers foul.
Good solid defense there because Hunter does not have the ability to shoot over the top that well. Here he's going down in top, going down low. Z thought he drew the foul, but you got to block out. Somebody had to help Z out there to get in front of Hunter to retrieve the ball.
Now, Stephen Hunter, an off-season acquisition. He played well in the playoffs with the Phoenix Suns, and there's that double dynamite, as I like to call it, off Mike Brown's bench. Danielle Marshall and Damon Jones, last night, as Eric Snow and Zydrunas will sit, but between the two of them, Austin, they're averaging about 22 a game, and Damon Jones electrified last night by dropping 5 threes all over the various spots of the floor at the Q.
It just made me feel good to see that rotation in the ball, and bang, he was knocking him down. Cavaliers sorely need that type of production to open the offense up.
They get it, and it causes so many defensive matchup problems. Now Hughes on that blow-by, dropped it down to Drew Gooden, who rocked that rim as Larry Hughes gave him the sweet pass.
That's where Larry has really started to make his mark on this team. He penetrates so well, and if you stop him at the basket, he's always looking for that man coming down the lane.
Larry Hughes drafted in the first round by this ball club here is Drew Gooden. Hope you heard Drew's comments as I spoke to him on Cavaliers warm-up about how he would deal with the very hot Chris Webber, who's gotten off to a sensational start. And, you know, you got to make Webber work on the other end, but Webber's healthy this year, AC, and that's a big, big change in where he's been the last couple of years.
Right, but Webber does not have the ability anymore to stop on a dime, Michael, and go up. So what you do now is you have to measure him, stay away to where you can move your feet and stay in front of him. You don't need to crowd him because he can't stop quick anymore.
Now Webber put it on the floor. Shot clock at 3. Iverson to launch. Got it. Allen Iverson with a dozen here in the first 6.5 minutes.
Young man is off to a great start.
For his career, he averages 27.7 a game. Larry Hughes on the short pull-up jumper cleaned up as Drew Gooden's on the offensive glass for the Cavaliers.
Drew has become relentless, Michael, and going to that basket whenever the ball is up, he is starting to get his anticipating very well.
Chris Webber out of that spot up, and he'll stroke the jumper, averaging 20.5 points a game, and Webber averaging also 9.9 boards. He's a career double-double guy, over 2010, and he's right at it.
Quite a talent.
Damon Jones will quick trigger that 3. Drew Gooden all over the glass, +1. The strength of Gooden got his hard hat and lunch bucket with him tonight in South Philly.
I think Drew feels that he can control down underneath there. Good second effort by Drew, and strong to the basket. He did his weight room work this summer and really is starting to pay off. Good hanging there, dropped it in for 2.
Both Drew Gooden and Zydrunas and Austin. Remember we saw Dennis Rodman with this, everybody, but Dennis Rodman was such a wonderful offensive rebounder because he anticipated angles that the ball come off the rim. Are you seeing that with Z and Drew Gooden as well?
That's how those guys can offensive rebound so well, because they know angles and they can anticipate. But Rodman wrote an article about 7-8 years ago about rebounding. It was the most, I thought, thorough rebounding job I've ever seen as far as rebounding. Rodman was a very, very high IQ basketball player.
Yeah, he was one of the best in that aspect of the game. Andre Iguodala dropping that short jumper. Then LeBron James pass picked off. James tried to get it right back. Iguodala flying to the rim and blew the chippy. Now Larry Hughes to raise up. Came up short. Gooden tried to keep it alive. Found Iguodala. Racing up and down now. Both clubs 94 feet. Chris Webber. He didn't get that to fall as Webber was flying high but forgot to throw it down. Hughes straight to the rim. That's going to stay with the Cavaliers.
A little up and down, up and down, up and down. A little playground ball here for a minute. And this really is Larry coming inside. Iguodala hit the ball. Cavaliers get it back. Chris Webber a little bit short on the leap. Missed the dunk. Cavaliers get into the fast break.
James baseline. Jumper didn't go down for LeBron. Stole it away. Damon Jones. Hughes to measure it. Stroke it. Larry Hughes with a big first quarter tonight. Hughes has 7 to go along with 2 assists.
Cavaliers are taking advantage of a lot of good opportunities now, and they're playing within the rhythm of the game. Instead of waiting for opportunities, they're trying to take the first opportunity that comes up.
John Salmons is on the floor, and he slashed his way to the hoop and delivered that off the glass.
He's a right-handed player. You got to make him go to his weak side.
6'6", fourth year out of Miami, and Salmons went on the attack there. He's their 6th man. Of course, they lost Willie Green with that serious ACL injury. LeBron James having problems with the basketball and then threw it over the rim and got a loose ball foul that is going to go on the Cavaliers' Drew Gooden. All right, we're inside the 3-minute mark. Cavaliers trying to extend the win streak to 7 in a row and stay hot on the heels of the 8-0 Detroit Pistons in the NBA Central. Drew Gooden, very effective again tonight on the offensive glass. Might have to give Cal one of those for that third birthday celebration.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I can see Cal in that one. I can see him. Yeah.
You want to take care of the little guys, right?
Calster is number 1 on our list.
There you go. You got to see Jason. Really young son lives now in college in Florida. You got to see him when we were down in the trip last week in Orlando.
That's right.
Yeah. Philadelphia by 3 is Kyle Korver. Korver's had a very solid first 2 years here in the Sixers. Averaged double figures last year, and he's become one of the prolific long-range shooters in the league.
Well, when you can shoot the ball in this league, they will find a spot for you because you don't have many pure shooters like Korver.
Damon Jones now going to initiate Cavalier offense. It's Jones with Larry Hughes. Iverson is back. LeBron James and Daniel Marshall posting up Korver. Larry Hughes for 3. Bang! Oh, Larry Hughes has got it rolling tonight. The former Sixers got 10 in the opening quarter.
You know what's interesting, Michael, is every night there's someone different from the Cavaliers who starts the team off on a roll.
Chris Webber will step back and deliver that jumper over the top of Zydrunas Ilgauskas. So for Chris Webber's second field goal make, he's got 4.
Well, if you let him stand there and spot shoot you, he's a very good spot shooter. So you make him use his knees, make him use his feet.
Inside the 2-minute mark now. Hughes again to raise. That came up short. Andre Iguodala. Outstanding rookie year. Young man out of Arizona, first team all-rookie performer.
Right, but I still don't think he's a 2-guard, Michael. I think he's more of a 3.
Weber's got a jab step. Zydrunas. Jumper came up short. And Mike Brown called out that offensive set. He wants the Cavaliers to run now. LeBron James gave it up. Zydrunas inside. Z got the stick back to go. Z planted Kyle Korver. Korver looking at referee Scott Wall, who says, play on.
When you are inside that circle, Michael, you're not going to get that call. That flop call does not work when you're inside that circle.
Zydrunas' first field goal make of the night. Sixers by 1. Iverson from that dotted line, and that's pure money. All of his points tonight, with the exception of one perimeter jumper, have been in the paint.
It's too easy. All he's doing is setting a little pick and roll and getting wide open shots.
Speaking of wide open looks, Daniel Marshall too strong on his first triple try of the night. Philadelphia by 3 as we're at 45 seconds left of the opening quarter. John Salmons, goal baseline. He beat Daniel Marshall there and went straight to the rim. Salmons has a couple of field goals off the bench for Mo Cheeks. Post up for LeBron James. James with strength. And it's slapped away by Andre Iguodala, who got all basketball.
Well, right now the Sixers are spreading the floor well on the offensive end of the floor and trying to catch the Cavaliers with the first quick move to the basket. Good pass down low by Z to LeBron, but the Sixers kind of converge on LeBron right away and they get their hand on the ball. Cavaliers get it back.
Stephen Hunter's going to come back. Chris Webber will sit down. Webber leaves with 4 points and a couple of boards. James baseline with a step. And LeBron will finish that with that sweet English as he was operating on the baseline.
LeBron got his shoulder low, going to the baseline side and strong enough to bank it on the board for 2.
Game clock, shot clock, they are just about in sync with one another. As you see the both of them left of your screen. 10 seconds left. Cavaliers got a rip away. James in the dead sprint. LeBron, Kyle Korver, LeBron James bringing that down strong.
I knew it. Once you let him get to that free throw line, you're dead, man.
With 1 second left, Iverson on the floater that didn't fall. A wildly entertaining first 12 minutes of basketball. Allen Iverson and another one of his former teammates, Larry Hughes, matching hoops. Iverson already with 14 in the opening quarter. Larry Hughes countered with 10 and LeBron with 8 for the Cavaliers. Philly by 1. Second quarter, right around the corner for you on the Cavaliers television network. Standing by, call 1-800-820-CAVS as we begin quarter number 2. Eric Snow back on the floor for the Cavaliers off that Daniel Marshall pick. Snow with that short jumper. That's the shot that he hit with such great regularity here as a member of the 76ers.
Right, the little 15-foot jump shot, he was deadly with that when he was with Iverson.
Now Stephen Hunter on that right baseline, spinning his way in the paint. Well, Stephen Hunter has developed some offensive game as that short jumper fell for him.
Well, you can see what their strategy is. They're trying to isolate Z on the defensive end of the floor.
So it's Eric Snow with Damon Jones in the backcourt. Zydrunas Ilgauskas, Daniel Marshall, and LeBron on the floor. That's going to be a treble on Z as Stephen Hunter did not allow him to finish at the rim. Let's take a look at our Pontiac statistical story through one quarter of basketball. Both teams blazing away. Philly at 62%. And second chance points have been big for the Cavaliers.
And that's kept them really in that first quarter. The second chance points kept the Cavaliers at close to the Sixers.
Another former Cavalier, Kevin Ollie, who was Daniel Marshall's teammate at UConn on the floor, along with that man, Lee Nalon. So Nalon and Ollie, a pair of ex-Cavaliers, off the bench of Mo Cheeks here in the second quarter. Damon Jones. Daniel Marshall gave it up, and what do we have? The second violation is the Cavaliers were moving the basketball, but got hit with a 3-second call.
Moving it around, sometimes, Michael, you move it too much because the play is already set up, and when he first went to the baseline with it, that was the shot right there.
Well, the Cavaliers try to go above the 500 mark on the road. They won their last 2, of course, in Toronto, and then against the Orlando Magic last Sunday. Iverson will step back and come up short. Cavaliers want to push it with Eric Snow.
That was solid defense by Eric, made him flatten up. Good pass, LeBron, right down low.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas on the receiving end as LeBron James racks up assist number 3 on the night.
Keeps his head up, always observing what's in front of him. Nice pass to Z. Good hands by Z to catch it. Lay it in.
Off the curl, John Salmons. Didn't get that jumper to go down, but Zydrunas couldn't hang on to it, so it'll remain with Philadelphia. Austin, I can't say that this Philadelphia bench right now really scares you, but remember, they're playing without Samuel Dalembert and Willie Green, who's developed into a strong performer off the bench, but now it's Kevin Ollie and John Salmons and Lee Nalon.
You're right, and these guys are not really in sync yet. Cavaliers have a chance to take advantage of these guys here in this quarter.
Hunter on that left block, facing up on Z. LeBron on the double team. A whistle from Derek Foster. is going to go on LeBron James, as Derek Stafford, rather. As Derek said that LeBron got a piece of Stephen Hunter.
So that was good recognition by LeBron, because he knows that Philadelphia is trying to isolate Z down low. LeBron knocked him out a little too aggressive, though, but proper play.
Iverson again against Eric Snow. Had to give it up. That's Kevin Ollie. Missed everything on the jumper. LeBron James not able to handle the basketball. So Cavaliers have had a couple of defensive boards that have slid out of their hands. Philly's got their another possession here.
I don't think LeBron was anticipating an air ball. I thought he figured it would touch iron.
Ollie wasn't able to draw on the iron. Shot clock still rolling. It's at 4. Daniel Marshall with a rejection on Lee Nalon. LeBron James to push it. Cavaliers down by 3. James trying to show his strength as he worked his way around the rim. And got that foul. And LeBron is going to shoot a couple at the line.
Coming off the rebound, coming down the floor, LeBron kind of sizing up the defense. He realized he had his man opportunity to get to the basket, takes him inside, he gets fouled, goes to the line for 2.
Let's take a look at the scoring leaders around the NBA as LeBron is at double numbers with 10. And boys and girls, you have in the world of the NBA the top and 4th best scorers in the league on display tonight. We said Allen Iverson's already won 4 scoring championships in this league. And he's looking for number 5, averaging 32 a game. LeBron behind Kobe Bryant and Gilbert Arenas of Washington at 26.7.
And you know, Michael, I would say that before the season's over, LeBron, as he figures out the team better, his scoring might come down in the other parts of his game and come up, because he doesn't have to do what he did the last 2 seasons to just make a competitive team.
Yeah, we talked about that a lot this summer, and we thought that might be the case. And LeBron, who averaged almost 28 a game last year, wouldn't have to have that kind of scoring burden on him. Salmons went baseline on him. That is too easy. Got by LeBron, and then there was no help coming from the other side. So Salmon's off the bench as a half dozen.
See, those are areas where I think Coach Brown is really trying to get them to understand that if you can see the ball, you should be able to defend it.
Kevin Ollie on the 6th run-out foul. Lee Nalon cruising to the rim. Sixers are up 3. LeBron under the hoop. Damon Jones found him for the quick hit for the Cavaliers.
Way to keep your head up, Damon. Damon looking up at all times like the good point guard should. Drops the ball down to LeBron, who's out on the break.
Damon averaged 4.5 assists per game last year as a starting lead guard in Miami. Chris Webber has returned. Misfired on the jump hook.
Well, Daniel made him move his feet, Michael. You make him move his feet because he's not as quick as he used to be.
LeBron turned the corner. Very difficult jump attempt. Allen Henderson had a putback and then lost it off his leg out of bounds. We're going to get a timeout inside the 9-minute mark. Good one on this Saturday night of Cavalier Hoops in Philadelphia. Don't go anywhere. Going to wine and gold grab their 7th win in a row. We'll find out as this night unfolds. The Wachovia Center, always a hot ticket to see Allen Iverson, and in this case tonight, LeBron James of the Cavaliers on this Saturday night with Philadelphia on top by just 1. Philly was out to an 8-0 lead, but the Cavaliers responded. Well, Larry Hughes, he was the 8th overall draft selection back in the 1996 draft out of St. Louis by this Philadelphia ball club. He was here for 3 years as a rookie. And Larry Hughes playing for Larry Brown at that time. Kevin Ollie gave it back up to a spotted up Chris Webber.
Cavaliers covered a lot of ground that time, Michael. It was good to see. They really covered every shot on that particular play.
LeBron James getting his first respite of the night. Larry Hughes off the slabs. Hughes came up short, got his own offensive board, and is going to go to the free throw line. Tenacity there from 6'5", Larry Hughes.
And that's what he does well, Michael. He's like a pogo stick. He will continue to attack and go after the ball. Driving inside, drop the shoulder to the basket. Little shot there, gets it back, goes up strong again. For a wiry individual, he's very strong.
Partner, I want to get your thoughts on what I have thrown out there. I waited a little while. I waited about 3 weeks. But I have thought this. I just wanted to see how it was going to unfold. And, of course, this is in due time, as you see Andre Iguodala checking back in. But my feeling that in time, that Larry Hughes could potentially play the role that Scottie Pippen played in Chicago to, of course, the LeBron James, the role of Michael Jordan in winning the 6 championships. Fair comparison?
I would say so. Now that I've had a chance to see Larry play and understand his game, it definitely could be a 1-2 punch here for the Cavaliers.
As we say that, though, Hughes missed a couple of free throws, and that Philly burned the Cavaliers as Lee Malon, who played a half a season with the wine and gold, got that hoop with the Cavalier foul. Malon, instant offense off the bench, and they have needed that here as Kyle Korver returns to replace Kevin Ollie. But it's about striving to be the type of team that can ultimately challenge for championships. And let's not forget that now. It took Michael Jordan, he was in year number 8 before he won a championship with the Chicago Bulls, and then they won 6.
Right. But that's the way you have to do it. I mean, you have to learn, first of all, how to win during the regular season, then you learn how to win the playoffs, then you learn how to win the big games. I mean, there's a lot of different learning levels you have to get to.
Cavaliers got sloppy there, turned it over. Philadelphia very aggressive defensively. Malon gave it up to Chris Webber, who will flush that. And suddenly the Sixers are on top by 6, and Mike Brown said, I don't like the way this is going. And he's going to get a Cavaliers timeout. 10-2 Philadelphia run as they have opened up a 6-point advantage, and it's the way it's happened that's not pleasing to Mike Brown. We'll discuss that more when we get back. After sloppiness at the offensive end, runouts occur that led to the Chris Webber Philly throwdown. 10-2 Philadelphia run has the Sixers on top of the Cavaliers by a half dozen. As the Cavaliers have turned the basketball over 10 times, Austin, here in the first 17 minutes of this one tonight, and that not pleasing to head coach Mike Brown.
No, and that's really uncharacteristic of the Cavaliers because they haven't been turning the ball over at this pace in this whole season so far, the young season.
So Mike Brown going to mix things up a little bit and go back to Drew Gooden on that front line. So it's going to be Drew Gooden with Daniel Marshall of LeBron James, with Damon Jones, or rather with Eric Snow and Larry Hughes in that Cavalier backcourt. LeBron James going to initiate offense on this Cavalier possession. Hughes will put it on the deck and get to the rim. You can score that with what coming from the line.
Michael, I love this game. When you turn that corner, you know one thing. I'm coming to you, and you got to stop me. Good move by Larry Hughes down the middle, coming off a pick set by Drew Gooden.
That brings the Cavaliers back within 4 at 42-38, and Hughes could cut that down to 3. That was a very strong take from Larry Hughes. But this is uncharacteristic of Hughes. He's now 0 for 3 from the free throw line tonight.
Well, he's backing up. As he's shooting the ball, Michael, he's fading backwards. Normally he's going forward. He has to correct that quickly.
Eric Stowe trying to impede the progress of Allen Iverson, and now Drew Gooden's going to get hit with a hold. Or no, they'll get the defensive 3-second violation on the Cavaliers out on the floor, with Philadelphia holding this 4-point lead at 42-38.
But that's what Iverson does to your defensive plans, Michael, because he's kind of a wild card. He doesn't do anything the same anytime down the floor except pound the ball when he wants to score. So consequently, you don't know where to double team him, where not, where to back off, and so you have to play only your principles. Whatever your principles are that you're trying to accomplish, you stick with them regardless of what he does.
43-38 Philadelphia by 5 with the basketball. Iverson will raise up on Eric Stowe, and you see Larry Hughes to snap off that. Iverson just jumper. Hughes trying to attack Chris Webber. Larry Hughes with that rainbow as he readjusted it. He's got 14, and the Cavaliers are back to within 3 at 43-40.
And that's a good move to do against Webber. He doesn't have any more lift, Michael. Take it right to him, make him pay.
Korver off that pick and fade with Chris Webber. Had it slapped away, and Philly to keep the basketball.
Look at him. Larry popped him in his chin. That might wake him up a little bit.
So if you're just joining us, two of the hottest squads in the Eastern Conference. Iverson turned the corner. Larry Hughes Hughes went for the steal and is going to get whistled for the Cavaliers foul.
Looked like he just kicked the ball, didn't he? He's already touched it, the offensive guy.
Derek Stafford blew his whistle as Hughes left Corver and went toward Allen Iverson. Nalon.
Oh,
That's an offensive foul. He tried to clear space baseline and wave that off from Lee Nalon.
you got to hide it a little bit better than that, Lee. That was so blatant, obvious that he good movement of the feet by Danielle to get in front of Nalon. Nalon just pushed him out of the way.
Well, the Cavaliers have come to the offensive end. We hit the 6-minute mark here in the second quarter. As Cavaliers trying to close down his Jefferson. Larry Hughes straight to the rim to send that down hard.
Right now, he is making mincemeat out of the middle of that Philadelphia defense.
16 for Larry Hughes. Cavaliers back to within one until Kyle Korver will drop that long-range three. That's his first shot attempt of the night. Korver connected on the three to bump the Philly lead to 4 again at 46-42. LeBron James, Danielle Marshall to unload the triple. It rattled out on him. Iverson on the bounce out with Philly up by 4. That's rejected by Danielle Marshall as he swatted it away from Allen Iverson.
And the reason why it wasn't goaltending, Michael, is because Iverson tried to lay the ball in the basket. Danielle met him at the top and knocked it away.
Danielle Marshall showing you his ability. He was in that deep right corner after he missed the three, but he got back to the defensive end and swatted Iverson.
Playing the whole basketball court.
Allen Iverson got jostled a little bit by Eric Snow. Didn't bother him as he used the glass to connect down that runner. He's got 8 of his 18 here in the second quarter. 48-42. Larry Hughes attacking the hoop again. He's going to get to the free throw line. So Larry Hughes absolutely ferocious tonight with his ability to get to the rim.
Well, he's found, as we say in the business, he's found a duck, Michael. Kyle Korver cannot stay with him. He knows that. All you have to do now is set the pick in an area where he has room, and he's going to cause a mismatch and forcing their defense to have to step up and stop him.
He's 7 of 11 from the floor. He'll try to get Dick squared away for the free throw line here. Larry taking an extra long look at it. That's a little bit more like Larry Hughes, who entered tonight as an 82% free throw shooter.
Well, he stayed in with that one, Michael. He stayed right there with the shot instead of backing up as the shot's going up.
Last 7 Cavalier points from the young gentleman at the free throw line. Make it 8 in a row for Larry Hughes, who now has an 18-point first half going on. Larry's season high has been 22 a pair of times. Got him in back-to-back games against Orlando and the Washington Wizards. Webber lost Drew Gooden. That's that sleight of hand for Chris Webber as he thumped that home.
A la Sacramento move there, Michael. At the top of that key, right at that angle, that's where he is. He was dangerous with Sacramento.
I've got a whistle from the weak side as James Thomas. James Thomas, who remember last year wore a Cavalier uniform for one night.
For one night.
Did not see action.
He's a hatchet man.
And he found a home here in Philadelphia.
Right. But he's in there for one reason, commit some fouls.
See Eric Snell talking about it with Mike Brown as Drew Gooden. He'll be at the free throw line for the Cavaliers. Gooden on the night with 7. He'll look for points 8 and 9 and try to pull the Cavaliers back to within 4. Philadelphia with a 50-44 lead. They're having a few problems technically with our score apparatus, so I'll keep you abreast of it as the night wears on. Thomas is going to exit for Philly, and Stephen Hunter will check back in. I'm hoping to get Samuel Dallenberg back with this ball club pretty quickly, because his absence is, I think, certainly noted around this ball club. He's missed on that front line.
Yes, he is, and this team will really take another step once he comes back.
Drew Gooden split the pair at the line. 50-45 Philly. There's that deep handoff. And Kyle Korver can really light it up from out there as he bottoms out another three.
He is a three-point shooting specialist, Michael, and so far, 2 for 2.
53-45. The Sixers on top by 8. Larry Hughes again standing all by himself to spoke another jumper. Larry Hughes has 20 first-half points.
Red hot, and the Cavaliers continue to go to them, Michael. That's what you must do.
Philadelphia by 6. Korver again off the Weber handoff. Mike Brown made it a point to discuss this with his ball club. Now Korver's hit 3 straight, and one of them a 3. Hughes again going to work on Korver. That step-back jumper didn't go down. Going to hit the 3.5-minute mark here in the second quarter. Philadelphia by 8 with it. Iverson got the quarter turned. Allen Iverson going to work on the glass again.
Turning down that middle, Michael. If you jump out there on that, you must stop him. Just what they're doing now. They stop Eric's penetration. You've got to stop him.
Got a whistle. Cavaliers have tried to get a 20-second timeout. Mike Brown wanted a 20-second timeout, and the Cavaliers didn't get it called and then almost turned the basketball over.
See what it is, Michael, when you come off of that, when he comes off, whoever comes off of that pick, if you're going to jump out there, you must turn him the other way. You cannot let him continue to go around because you leave the other teammates in jeopardy when you let him turn that corner like that.
Yeah, so this not pleasing to Mike Brown, obviously. I mean, this is a guy that wants his Cavaliers to, be able to win basketball games with their grit and determination on the defensive end. And here with 3:16 left in the opening half, you got Philadelphia already with 57 points on the board.
Well, Michael, one thing that's starting to show up now is the lack of being able to make free throws. They're starting to pop up. They started out so well with that, but the last 2 or 3 games now they're starting to have problems with being consistent from the free throw line.
Yeah, the Cavaliers only 9 of 15 here tonight. Last night they had problems and still were able to pretty much dominate and pull away with a win. So the lead is at 9. As we're going to go inside the 3-minute mark here on this Philly trip to the offensive end. And we got a whistle. Andrew Gooden is going to get whistled with a Cavalier foul. David Jones will return to replace Eric Snow. Right now, Mike Brown needs a little bit of offense. All right, timeout of the floor. Philadelphia by 9. As Kyle Korver has gotten hot here, hitting 3 jumpers, a couple of threes on the last 3 Sixer trips. Larry Hughes with a very explosive 20-point first half for the Cavaliers. WUAB, UPN 43 in Cleveland, and all of the terrific affiliates along the Cavaliers television network, and a special hello tonight to our friends checking us out AC north of the border in Canada on Rogers Sportsnet.
Well, welcome all to the Cavaliers network.
Kyle Korver didn't get that to go as he went hard to the hoop. Michael Bradley, the Philadelphia product out of Villanova, on the floor now. Daniel Marshall gave it up. That's David Jones, and that's too strong on that triple try. LeBron James will attack the rim, and he didn't finish.
Good opportunity by the Cavaliers. Got to get them to go down.
Cavaliers down 9 now. Iverson, baseline, gave it up to Chris Webber. Laid it in the hoop. +1 on the Cavalier foul on Zydrunas Ilgauskas. We're going to step aside. Station identification time all along the Cleveland Cavaliers television network. In South Philadelphia, Michael Regai with Austin Carr tonight as the Sixers were up just a deuce about 3 minutes ago, and they've gone on a run now to open up a 12-point lead as Webber culminates that 3-point trip. This is Webber now with 11. LeBron James wheeling and dealing and finishing as he got that step to the hoop. And he's got one coming from the line on a Michael Bradley Philly foul.
LeBron gets the ball on the wing. Michael determined to get inside, not settling for the outside shot. Good crossover move inside. Strong hang to the basket for two.
Well, LeBron with 15 and looking for 16. Cavaliers trying to stay in touch with it. Very important these final 2 minutes and 22 seconds. And the lead is at 10 right now. Boy, if nothing else, these Cavaliers would like to keep it in that vicinity and not let it, say, blow up to 16 or 18.
You're right. You have to, Michael. And the second half is going to have to be dedicated to the defensive end of the floor if they're going to win this ball game. They've given up 60 points in the first half.
And that's not something that Mike Brown likes. Chris Webber slipped that screen. Cavaliers folks tonight are really having problems playing that screen role that Allen Iverson initiates.
Yeah, for some reason, they can't figure out which way to send them to control him.
LeBron James lost the basketball. Iguodala wrapped around. He wanted to bring some Showtime flavor and didn't throw that down.
Yeah, well, Michael, he put too much mustard on that one. All he had to do was lay the ball in.
Damon Jones pass never got to Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Iguodala flying high, and he'll bring that down strong as the Sixers, they're having their way with the Cavaliers in this first half. They're up by 13. They won 3 in a row against the Cavaliers last year. Another Cavalier turnover. That's number 13 in the opening half, and you can see why Mike Brown is not a pleased head coach.
Well, they're going to have to get in the locker room, Michael, and settle themselves down and get back to basics, and especially on the defensive end, figure out how to control that pick and roll.
Way up top, and Larry Hughes had a hand on that. Now James will run with Damon Jones. Give it back to LeBron, who will bring that down strong. LeBron now with a total of 18, and the Cavaliers back within 11.
Good way to run the two on one fast break. One pass, dunk shot.
Iverson will step baseline and stick another jumper.
He really presents a problem, Michael, because if you jump up on him, he'll go around you and create something for his teammates. If you let him hit the shot, he can shoot the ball well enough to make those shots. Philadelphia
with 66 points on the board in the opening half and shooting 55%. Nice look from Larry Hughes to Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who got the quick deuce for the Cavaliers. The lead is 11, and Philly is going to maybe use most of this final 25 seconds left in the quarter. Shot clock still at 15. Iverson for 3. Larry Hughes out-paddled 6'10" Michael Bradley. Cavaliers can use it all now. And LeBron James will work against Andre Iguodala. Watch this matchup with 5 left in the quarter. James will put that shoulder down. Hughes has got to unload. Got it! He stroked it at the first half buzzer to culminate a terrific offensive display from Larry Hughes in the first half. 22 for the Cavalier free agent acquisition, matching the season high. But the Cavaliers have had problems on the defensive end, dealing with Allen Iverson, who's registered 20 for Philly. High scoring first half. Sixers by 9. Halftime rolls at you next when we get back on the Cavaliers Television Network. I remind you that you can visit the Cavaliers promotional calendar at Cavaliers.com to see how you can become a Cavaliers fantasy fan, courtesy of the Ohio Lottery. Find out how you can win to have a picture taken with the Cavs player. Visit Cavs.com for details. Let's start quarter number 3. Check the 10 on the floor. Looks like the 5s that started for each club. Drew Gooden's going to come after it with that jump hook. And Gooden didn't get that to drop. So for the Cavaliers, familiar starting 5. They've started all 10 this year now of Eric Snow and Larry Hughes, Drew Gooden, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, and LeBron James. Eric Snow tied up Chris Webber, who did not know that Snow was lurking from behind.
No communication on the offensive end. Eric Snow took advantage of it, tied him up, jump ball.
Snow at 6'3" and Chris Webber at 6'10". And Webber, who left, of course, after his sophomore year, after after 2 years of being an All-American in Michigan. Now in his 13th year in the NBA.
Time goes by, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I can remember that timeout he called. That was just like yesterday.
National championship game, that's right. Chris Webber and Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard. They went to 2 straight NCAA title games as freshmen, sophomores, and lost them both to ACC schools, Duke and North Carolina. Now Larry Hughes on a Cavalier rip-away. Look at Hughes with the steal and gathering the basketball. Hughes on the sprint to the rim. It didn't go down, but he did get fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Michael, he is exceptional at baiting you in to make that pass, and then he's quicker, Johnny on the spot, to make that steal and go. He is really good at his finishing up the play after a good steal, gets fouled, Iguodala sends it to the line for 2.
Well, Larry Hughes with his first point here in the second half will establish a season best in the wine and gold of the Cavaliers. Larry looking for 23 and 24, so that's a new season high for the Cavaliers' 8th-year guard from St. Louis. Still only 26 years old is Larry Hughes in his 8th year in the NBA as he came out as an 18-year-old. Much like LeBron James and Kevin Garnett, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady. So Hughes hits a pair. Cavaliers back within 7. Well, Hughes chasing Kyle Korver now. Cavaliers want to deny that handoff that Philly is so good at. Right, with Korver running off and getting that handoff and then getting that shot after he comes off the Webber pick.
You can see the adjustment that they're trying, Michael. They're trying to get over top of that pick instead of running laterally into the pick. Take the step up and go top of the pick with the offensive player.
Iverson put it on the deck one time and then misfired on the jumper. Cavaliers will head to the offensive end. Cut this down to 5, maybe to 4 on this trip up the floor. LeBron James got doubled. Gooden with a jump hook, threw it over everything, but Z on the cleanup, wave it off, says Derek Stafford. And a technical foul is going to be called on Zydrunas Ilgauskas as he was coming back up the floor. He had a little bit too much chatter to suit Derek Stafford.
Boy, that was a quick technical there. I guess he figured the first half he heard enough.
Well, Philadelphia will march Chris Webber to the free throw line to shoot that technical. Webber now with 14 on the night. Derek Stafford made that call from up top, the trail official. He has said that Zydrunas pushed off to get position.
Well, it seems like a lot of referees, the ones that are out of position, make a lot of calls when the other two, I didn't see it.
The lead is at 8. Webber thinking about it on Drew Gooden. There's that handoff we speak of to Allen Iverson. Iverson from the dotted line to trigger the jumper that goes. Allen Iverson on the night has 22.
You may have to attack him, Michael, and go into a zone mode, because when he gets you like that one-on-one, it's hard to stop him because he's too good with the basketball.
LeBron James kind of slashing to the hoop there off that slipping of the screen, and he got fouled by Chris Webber.
Good recognition offensively by the Cavaliers, because when you take a look at how they've been playing the passing lane, LeBron realized that, so he used the backdoor move. That was the proper play in that position, because they've been overplaying that all evening.
The Cavaliers had some struggles at the free throw line in the first half. We'll see if that picks up. They're still one of the top 4 in the NBA. Cavaliers came in it tonight as a team at 79% from the free throw line, which is very good team-wise.
Right.
Give LeBron a pair of free throw makes. He's got 20. And the lead is at 8 once again. Now Iverson will turn the corner. Well, Iverson just sailed his way to the rim. That time it didn't finish. Eric Snow's in a hurry. Snow will give it up to LeBron James, flying on that left edge of the floor to float it home.
Good move by Eric. Got the ball into the center of the floor. Now the other team members can space themselves. LeBron comes in like an eagle from the corner.
Korver gave it up down deep and got it right back from Hunter. And parries a 3. He can shoot it, Austin.
That young man is lethal from that position.
Very effortless for Kyle Korver. can't give him any daylight either.
No, you can't. You have to be on him, make him put it on the floor.
It's one of the reasons that Philadelphia has turned into one of the top offensive squads in the NBA. Well, LeBron James going to step back and launch a three of his own. Oh, Drew Gooden tried to finger roll that home. Drew had an easy opportunity and it didn't go down for him. Cavaliers trying to double team Allen Iverson. Went underneath Webber for the quick deuce.
That was a super catch by Chris Webber. It shows you the size of his hands. Good bullet pass by Iverson for two.
Cavaliers headed down to 6, right back up to 11. James will turn the corner. Gave it up to Zydrunas Ilgauskas, who finished that off the glass.
The defenses, Michael, have not stepped up yet. Offenses are still controlling this game, both sides.
Cavaliers trying to hang in there. See if they could catch a spurt defensively is where they need it. Philadelphia just absolutely shooting lights out tonight. Andre Iguodala dropping a jumper. Austin, they are very close to 60% from the floor.
It's unreal. Granted, you're going to have to hide against you sometimes, but to continue to let this happen, you got to find a way to stop it. Good outside move, good pass by Drew, knock it down. Larry Hughes, three.
The take and the make of the three from Larry Hughes, who now has 27 tonight to lead the Cavaliers. We're back to within 8 again. Stephen Hunter will float that home. That's a tough shot. Austin coming from the right block and then moving left through the paint.
Well, when you let him have a chance to gather his momentum like that, Michael, he's going to jump over top of you, which he did.
Ilgauskas. See if Zydrunas will take it back at Stephen Hunter. Aaron Snow to launch and lace the jumper. He knows the rims here in South Philly.
Well, Eric knows that shot would be there for him. Most teams will sag back off of him. If he hits that consistently, now that changes the whole defensive scheme. Cavaliers going into the zone to see if they can slow the Sixers down.
Didn't help at all on that trip as Allen Iverson buried a three. I tell you what, if the Sixers are going to keep, if they're going to shoot like this for 48 minutes, it's almost, you got to tip your caps to them and take it and move on.
You're right, Michael, because it's their night. They're responding to a loss they had last night.
Right.
The sign of a good team.
Yes, yeah, very much so. Cavaliers are trying to stay in touch with this hot shooting bunch led by Allen Iverson, who's got 25. Now, this is 11 straight games that Allen Iverson has been at 25 points or better. And Mo Cheeks as the top scorer in the NBA. And Austin, I was surprised to see that only 6 other players in the history of this league in the first 10 games of the season have had 25 or better in each and every one of them. So now make it 11 in a row for Iverson at better than 25 points per game as Hughes comes off the screen. That jumper didn't go down, but back in the hands of LeBron James.
You want to slow it down and take advantage of what the defense allows you to have.
Ilgauskas against Webber. Iverson slapped it away. Zeal stepped through and had it rejected by Stephen Hunter.
He telegraphed the shot that time, and everybody knew he was going to take that shot.
Korver for three. Halfway in the hole and rattled out. Cavaliers got a break.
One finally came out.
Hughes off the Gooden pick. Larry Hughes got to the hoop and is going to go to the free throw line for the wine and gold.
Constant pressure. He continues to give constant pressure on the defense. Good move inside by Hughes off of the pick. Stutter step a little bit, and he's going to take it in there. Hangs long enough to draw the foul. He goes to the line for 2.
Well, Larry Hughes will get to the free throw stripe. Larry last night went for 12 points and 6 assists in that Cavalier win. So Hughes now with 6 of 28 here in the third quarter. This one should give you should be like getting flashbacks from this, because this one is kind of like the way things were in the 7th. The way it's going right now, it's going to end up 125 to 120.
You're right, and that's something that the Cavaliers don't want to happen, Michael. They got to find a way to slow this team down if you have to switch every pick, but just put a hand in the face.
Korver too strong on that jumper as he worked off the Webber pick.
And they switched that one, Michael, which they were able to stay there and put a hand in the face.
LeBron James turned the corner and then lost the basketball.
Trying to do too much.
Korver got on the deck. And a timeout from Philadelphia as Korver tried to regain possession of the basketball. All right, we've got a timeout inside the 6-minute mark. Don't go anywhere. Cavaliers are trying to get this hot shooting Philadelphia quintet cooled off here tonight. Sixers lead it by 10.
The center of the lane, hangs in there long enough, strong enough to continue the shot after a foul. Good three-point play opportunity for Larry.
Well, you know, the Cavaliers lost at shooting 51% themselves. As you see, Hughes with the, as we mentioned a couple of times, the season high 28. 51% in a row. That's going to win you a lot of basketball games, but defensively, too much of this tonight. That's just too easy.
Right.
Damon Jones just got back in the game, and Allen Iverson turned the corner and went straight to the rim. To bump the lead to 12 again. Iverson on the night with 27. Larry Hughes with that rainbow jumper from the baseline. Tough look at it as he was challenged by Hunter. Iguodala got shut off of the paint. Weber out of the spot up. Cavaliers finally keep Stephen Hunter off the glass. So Daniel Marshall and Damon Jones are back on the floor. Mike Brown needs his two dynamic guys off the bench to start filling it up. As Marshall missed the three, they do not have any points between them tonight. Most unusual for the Cavaliers.
And that's the difference in the game. There's a 12-point lead. Their bench has 11 points. Cavaliers bench not a single point yet.
Hunter had it slapped away by Drew Gooden, but he found Weber. Chris Weber just set the scene, stood there, and waited till everybody rolled by to different spots of the floor, and then dropped the jumper. Now the lead is up to 14 again. Cavaliers had it down to 6, but they just are unable to get anything sustained defensively.
Right, Michael, they're having a real tough problem with the pick and roll and the guy turning the corner.
Larry Hughes continues his assault as he lights up another three. Larry Hughes is now 4 for 4 from the land of plenty, and Hughes now on the night for the Cavaliers has 31.
And Kyle Korver is having his nightmare night trying to guard him, but Chris Webber is off to another jump shot. I tell you, this team is their night, Michael. Everything is just lined up for them this evening because Cavaliers are defending them, but it makes no difference.
Another assist for Allen Iverson, his 9th of the night as he fought Chris Webber. LeBron James off the ball fake. Didn't get that to go. Last touch, Andre Iguodala. It'll stay with the Cavaliers.
And I realize that defensively that the Sixers are also giving up a lot of opportunities. Cavaliers have to find a way to share the ball more, to get more guys involved, to get some more offense. Right now, either Larry or LeBron is driving to the basket, and the other three guys just stand there and watch.
Hughes again slashing his way in the paint. That jumper rattled out halfway in the hole and then bounced out on Hughes. Now Larry Hughes trying to contain Allen Iverson. Gooden with the help. Iverson glued by everybody. That is a sensational move from Allen Iverson. AC, I don't care what team you're rooting for. This guy does it as well as anybody in the NBA off penetration at about 155 pounds.
Yes, he does, and he's strong when he gets to the basket. Watch how he goes here. He looks you off. That little move he made right there forced the defense to back off, and he takes it to the basket for two.
I'm not sure if there is a guard anywhere in the world that is playing the game better right now than Allen Iverson. He's been fantastic tonight. That's why the Cavaliers are down 15.
Excited about his visit, and he already has a speech prepared, he said.
Oh, yeah? Lloyd Free. That turned into World Be Free. Huh? Saved basketball in our fair city, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
All those cold winter nights heading out to Richfield, and maybe only a couple of thousand in the streets. The world would be dropping 30 on somebody, and that's before there were threes.
Right, exactly.
Daniel Marshall gave it up. Damon Jones trying to get off the schneid, and he'll deliver that triple. So for Damon Jones and Daniel Marshall, maybe that'll get him going. And hey, they've been brilliant this year. So this is game number 10, and it's the first night that the two of them couldn't get anything going in the opening half.
You're right, Michael, but maybe that might be the sign of them coming out of it now and bringing that offensive game to the floor.
Iverson wheeling and dealing, and that came up very, very short. LeBron James to push it. Marshall will step into a three. That's too strong, but Larry Hughes has got an offensive board. Hughes turning the corner. Wanted to find Drew Gooden. Last touch, Philly. And Kyle Korver says Derek Stafford, the Philly crowd doesn't believe it.
When Larry Hughes is penetrating, you have to be ready for the ball. You can't wait. You have to be ready to receive and shoot. You can't sit there and watch him. You have to be moving into position to receive a shot.
LeBron James double team, found Drew Gooden, dive into the hole, and he'll smash that down. 5 straight from the Cavaliers.
That's what you have to do, Michael. You have to move into position to receive the pass.
Back within 11, so the wine and gold showed some grit. They've taken a big punch tonight from Allen Iverson to Chris Webber and Kyle Korver. But Korver came off that screen, and that jumper didn't go.
You know why? Because it wasn't a three-point shot.
Cavaliers could cut this down to 9, maybe to 8. LeBron James gave it up. Daniel Marshall, he hesitated for a minute and had it slapped away as he was spotted up thinking about that three.
Yep. That time I think he wanted to move inside and go inside to the basket and drive in there. It looked like he'd lost a little confidence in this because normally he would pull that shot. That's when he tied the game up with against Orlando Magic, that particular shot right there.
And Stephen Hunter to sit down, and Lee Nalon's back on the floor. That'd be because Mo Cheeks is matching up Mike Brown, who was gone with Marshall and Gooden and James, and while Zydrunas Ilgauskas rests. Shot clock at 6. Somebody's open. It's Drew Gooden right under the rim. LeBron recognized the double. Found Gooden for the quick hit.
Like the quarterback standing up, looking at what's going on out there, and bang, across the middle. 2.
Iverson turning the corner. That came up short.
Good defense.
Cavaliers now got a chance to slice into the lead further. James is heading to the rim. LeBron James will go to the free throw line for the Cavaliers as he attacked the bucket. Cavaliers can get this down to 7. 7-0 run right now.
Cavaliers have the momentum right now, Michael. They're moving the ball well. LeBron constantly attacking the basket, all out Larry Hughes style. Draws the foul, goes to the line for 2.
LeBron with 22, and we'll look for points 23 and 24. 4 Cavaliers at double figures tonight. Paced by Larry Hughes with his 31-point explosion. The Cavaliers have been playing catch-up all night long.
Well, they have good offensive balance, Michael, which is good to see, especially on the road, but it's the defensive end where they need a little bit better balance as far as helping each other's concerned.
Here's the thing I think we can all agree on. In the last couple of years with the Cavaliers, when they get down 15, it was a big problem because really the young man you're looking at right now is
all on his shoulder.
Well, perimeter-wise anyway, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas, of course, had to have somebody get him the basketball, but now the Cavaliers have guys that can initiate offense for themselves.
You're right, and again, that's an adjustment for all of the Cavaliers. Even LeBron has to make an adjustment to that particular point.
And Philadelphia once again trying to work their way down near the rim. Daniel Marshall got hit with a foul. Chris Webber made that extra interior pass there that got the Cavaliers, you see it right here, out of rotation.
Well, Webber with a nice up fake, gets inside, and Iguodala gets in there point blank range. Good jumper, good physical player. It's tough to stop him that close.
Andre Iguodala, who made quite a mark for himself as a very strong defensive specialist and a young man that could really get up and down the floor for Philly in his rookie season. The crowd only loves him here. And it's a pretty nice compliment, too, to Allen Iverson and Chris Webber.
You're right, and I think that's what playing next to Iverson, you don't have to be a true guard because you're going to play more of a swing position anyway with Iverson.
Off that Damon Jones missed 3 after Korver hit a couple of free throws that stopped the Cavaliers' 8-0 run. So lead is 10 again. Salmon's backing down Damon Jones. That jumper missed everything. Pretty good job defensively by Damon. LeBron James in a hurry. Hughes straight to the rim and going to the free throw line. Well, that's the thing, Larry Hughes, you know, he gets under that hoop. He is going to fearlessly take it up to the iron, and even though he's rather sinewy, he's not afraid to draw contact.
No, he's looking for the contact, Michael. He's wanting that contact. He gets into a scoring position because the Cavaliers play super defense on the other end, cause a turnover, rush to the other end. Right now the Cavaliers are putting a lot of pressure on the Philadelphia defense, but again, the free throws have to be made.
Well, I say it again, it's very uncharacteristic for him. And Larry's taking a little walk, and he's not accustomed to this. Alan Henderson is going to sub in on Mike Brown's bench for Drew Gooden. As Larry Hughes will now try to split the pair. Gooden will sit down with 12 points and 9 rebounds, a board away from his 4th double-double of the year. It was enjoyable talking to Drew tonight on Cavaliers warm-up.
Well, he understands his role. He's playing it to the utmost this year.
Hard-working young man, and numbers solid for Gooden. As he entered this one tonight, averaging 11.5 points and 8 rebounds. Salmon stepped to the baseline. There, that Cavalier defense showed up was Larry Hughes, and LeBron James got Salmon's cut off.
Well, it was good to see because the weak side came over to help Larry. They trapped him in the corner, forced him to step out. Cavaliers defense starting to pick it up now.
The Cavaliers can use it all. The game clock and shot clock are right in sync. You can see it there in set lower left of your screen. Cavaliers down 9. They want to finish with a flourish. James, pretty bounce pass to Alan Henderson, who went glass.
LeBron wanted to go over top with the pass. He had to adjust in air with the sidearm bounce pass.
Kevin Ollie to stick the jumper with 1.3 left. Where did that come from? Kevin Ollie came in to give Allen Iverson a respite and calmly knocked down the jumper. LeBron James, the race after the basketball. Got it off and drew some rim as you hear the horn to end quarter number 3. Cavaliers trying to weather this Philadelphia storm. 9-point Philadelphia lead on a night when Larry Hughes is going off for 33 for the Cavaliers. We'll be right back. Number 4, John Salmon's got sent away by Danielle Marshall on the rejection. Bradley found Lee Nalon, and that'll be Cavalier basketball as Marshall and Alan Henderson did the grip work inside defensively.
Cavaliers did a good job, Michael, of cutting the passing lane off and moving their feet on defense to stop the guy with the ball.
Allen Iverson back on the floor. Iverson, who averages 44 minutes a night, 30 points and 9 assists tonight. Larry Hughes with 32, LeBron James with 23. They provide for 55 for the Cavaliers. Damon Jones has knocked out that big league 3. Damon Jones with his second triple here in the second half. Cavaliers back to within 6.
Oh, yes. Best shooter in the world is about to get started.
He went 5 of 8 from home run land last night at the Q. A couple more tonight. Closest the Cavaliers have been since the early 3rd. Salmons gave it up. Lee Nalon to connect on that baseline jumper.
Both teams, Michael, have good offensive players, and they continue to score at will, basically.
What it's going to take, though, is some sustained stops for the Cavaliers. They're going to have to get to a run where they Quad James with that jackhammer smash. He split the seam and attacked the hoop.
LeBron James split the 2 defenders, and you know what happens when he does that.
You can hear the buzz here in this. This is a very basketball-savvy city, too.
You're right, Michael. They anticipated that move.
Allen Iverson with a rainbow jumper that didn't go. Larry Hughes came up with a basketball. Damon Jones for 3. That rattled out. Last touch, Michael Bradley. It'll stay with the Cavaliers.
Like that early offense, Michael. Get the ball down the floor. He's in good position. Give him the ball. Let him take the shot. LeBron splits the defender and throw it down, young man. Ow. Like that, Michael.
Well, they're used to that here in Philly, just like the good doctor used to do. Well, LeBron missed everything at the jumper. Damon Jones thought he was going to get contact. Damon anticipated a foul there, and he just was trying to throw it up at to get the 2-shot call. And
Yep.
Didn't get a whistle as we look at the third quarter numbers. Brought to you by Pontiac. Sixers shooting it well. Cavaliers at 49%. And Allen Iverson is going to get to the free throw line for Philly. Let's everybody pause and catch our breaths early fourth quarter. We pause. Station identification time on the Cleveland Cavaliers television network. Michael Regat, Austin Carr, along with our producer David Dubrowski, director Patrick Murray, Mike Pacta, Steve Bardo, our associate producers, doing a terrific job tonight. As Allen Iverson steps to the line and missed his first with his 30.9 assist night. Terrific to have all of you with us on the Cavaliers television network, the flagship WUAB UPN 43. Great to have all of you with us too in Columbus on WSFJ TV 51. All of you on UPN 18 in Lima. And on WFND in Bucyrus, Pittsburgh, and WBGN TV as well.
Michael, Cavaliers have used 2 minutes to cut the lead by points.
Hughes will step back and go glass. Allen Henderson with a left hand tried to redirect that in the hoop. Almost had that stick back to go. Dudas Ilgauskas is going to return here. Iverson being checked by Damon Jones. He's going to get whistled with a bump as Jones tried to shut him off of the baseline. So Allen Henderson was very active in his 5 minutes on the floor here. 3 boards and 1 field goal make. He'll give way to Zydrunas. Z will come back with 10 points and 5 rebounds tonight.
Cavaliers have an opportunity now. With 9 minutes left, they cut the lead by 2 since the beginning of the quarter. Now they have to have 2 or 3 stops in a row with some scoring of baskets.
Iverson crossed over on Damon Jones, and he's going to the free throw line. Jones got whistled for the foul.
There's going to have to be a commitment when Iverson receives the ball here sooner or later, Michael, because what's happening is they isolate him to go one-on-one. You can't stop him. So you have to get the ball out of his hand and hope the other guys don't beat you, because otherwise Iverson will just keep dancing to the free throw line all night.
I think Mike Brown just give a quick nod to Damon Jones and Larry Hughes. I think they're going to switch it.
Right.
And that Hughes is going to play Iverson now.
Right. Well, you have to make some kind of a change on him because he's just been spectacular for the first 3 and a half quarters.
Leading scorer in the NBA, 4-time scoring champion. And Iverson with a couple of free throw makes got the lead up to 9 again. Allen Iverson tonight now with 33.
Trying to slow the Cavaliers down with the zone.
Pretty bounce pass for LeBron James to Daniel Marshall. Daniel wanted to smash that, and he got fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Opportunities abound for the Cavaliers when they make the pass into the middle to Daniel. Hits LeBron in the lane and then comes down the lane, tries to throw it down. He goes up to 2. Has opportunity for 2 shots here. Good pass by LeBron, good recognition by Daniel to break the center, go down the center or against the zone.
Well, Daniel averaging 12 points per game off the Cavalier bench with his first mark in the book tonight. Daniel last night hit the 1-3, struggled a little bit offensively. Did grab 9 rebounds. Eric Snow returns to replace Damon Jones now. Jones will sit down. Damon with a couple of threes tonight. He's got 6. Marshall to try to complete the pair. Daniel will do that. Don't go anywhere now. 9:16 left. Cavaliers down by 7.
They're going to try and change their fortunes. They got to slow this team down on the defensive end.
Marshall tried to play Chris Webber. Lee Nalon loves that spot, but he missed that short jumper in the paint.
Maybe the Philadelphia 76ers help the Cavs by missing shots. Oh, yes.
LeBron James from here to there and crashing it home as he again bewildered and beguiled Philadelphia defenders.
That was the famous hop, skip, up to the hoop.
LeBron James is starting to really get into an offensive flow tonight as he's attacking the hoop. Cavaliers down 5, but LeBron James on the blow-by with those superior kicks of his. 5-point Philly lead. They have started to dial things up to get back to within 5 here with still almost 9 minutes left of this one. Let's take a look at our Chrysler Jeep Saturday night, the NBA board. Orlando in a tight one is now claiming the lead over New Orleans. New Jersey only 4-4 through the first 8, leading Washington, who, if they lose tonight, would have lost all 3 on the road trip. Minnesota with a 7-point lead on Charlotte. Oh, look at Dallas up 20 on Detroit early. Chris Webber. Webber says enough is enough, as at 6'10", and there aren't many that could shoot it from the perimeter like Chris Webber with that size in this league.
You're right, and again, that's the old pick and roll from the center of the floor.
Weber's got 22, right around his average. Daniel Marshall to triple. Got it. Daniel Marshall to dial. Long distance for the Cavaliers.
It's time to get started.
Well, after being scoreless in the first half, David Jones and Daniel Marshall have hit 3 threes between them here. Iguodala from the baseline. Didn't go down. Ilgauskas battles Simmons.
Good hustle by Zeke, Michael, to keep the ball alive.
Eric Snow running from rack to rack, but he didn't finish. Now Philly run out. Simmons to pull the trigger and drop the jumper. Oh, the Cavaliers could have had it down to 2. That's a 4-point swing right there, AC. Remember that one.
Yes, Michael.
Right back to 6. James wheeling and dealing. Swooper to the hoop to finish with a left hand.
Ooh, that was nasty. Good move by LeBron. Behind his back to the hoop with the left hand.
29 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists, a board and a helper away from his 5th career triple-double. But the win, the most important to LeBron James. Daniel Marshall defensively bothered John Simmons. Cavaliers only down 4 now with the basketball. Ilgauskas.
Good catch by Z.
Hung on the baseline. Larry Hughes. Look that triple. The home run hit for Larry Hughes. Cavaliers back within 1.
Cavaliers have fought all the way back, Michael. They've had a couple stops in a row, and they've scored baskets each time they get a stop.
This Cavalier offense getting it done now, but defensively too, they've started to, as you said, sustain some pressured stops. Iverson gave it up to Iguodala. He's going to the free throw line. Well, the Cavaliers just incredulous there. Mike Brown looking at us as they tried to get the stop on Iguodala at the rim.
LeBron behind the back, into the lane for the left-hand shot. Good pass down low. Larry Hughes from the corner from Eric Snow for 3. Cavaliers have come all the way back, Michael. They're back in the ball game. It's game time now.
Larry Hughes is 5 for 5 from three-point land. There's LeBron James' line on the night. 29, 9, and 9. Sitting on 4 career triple-doubles. Hughes and James will trade all the numbers in, I guarantee you, if the Cavaliers are able to come back, get this what would be a very sweet road win after they try 16 tonight.
Oh, it would, Michael, basically because they've caught a team that's hot as fire, and they would be able to overcome that and beat them. That would be a great move on the road.
Remember what I said earlier? First team to 125 is going to win this. Now Simmons bothering Hughes. Shot clock at 8. Hughes on the move. Went upstairs to Z, who directed it in the cup.
Nice alley-oop pass. Everybody was waiting for Larry to attack the basket. He caught everybody flat-footed. Nice pass to Z for 2.
Larry Hughes with his 4th assist tonight. Iverson found Chris Webber. Webber to attack the hole, and he got the roll.
Big hands. He had control of that basketball right from the start.
Marshall to triple. That didn't drop. Eric Snow found Larry Hughes for 3, and that wouldn't go down. That's Hughes' first missed tray of the night. He had hit 5 straight.
Well, the ball game is on, Michael. Now, both teams are going at it at a fierce pace right now. Defense will, again, win the ball game.
Webber again standing all by himself. Now it's Chris Webber that the Cavaliers got to get cooled off. He's starting to really heat it up. Timeout, Mike Brown and the Cavaliers. Larry Hughes finding Zydrunas Ilgauskas here as the Cavaliers had cut it down to 3. Back to 5 now. Team shooting it very well. Austin, how do you assess the final 5:27? Where could the Cavaliers gain an advantage?
It's going to have to be, I would say, down low in the paint area. You got to keep this team keep the Sixers in the paint area so they can't jump out on you on the fast break.
And now LeBron James initiating the offense, handling up top, got the quarter turn, going to the hole, and finishing with the right hand. Is he unstoppable? At times he looks to be that way, much like Allen Iverson.
When you let him turn that corner, the same thing with Iverson, and they really have a good sense of balance when they turn that corner.
Iverson will come right back at Larry Hughes, and that was a difficult jumper that went. Hughes was right there.
He was right there in front of his face, but all good shooters square their shoulders to the basket. Iverson squared his shoulders to the basket, knocked it down.
Iverson's got 35. Hughes has got 35. Larry Hughes to the hole. Gooden didn't get the stick back to go down in the hands of LeBron James. Fresh 24 for the Cavaliers. LeBron fouled Drew Gooden, diving to the rim. And we've got a blocking foul that's going to go on Kyle Korver. Gooden slipped that screen, didn't he, AC?
Yes, he did. He slipped the screen, and LeBron realized where he was, hit him solid. And what I like, when Drew turned around to see the defender, he had an opportunity to lay the ball up. The defender was inside the circle. That's the second time Korver's been caught in that circle trying to draw the fake foul.
The fake foul, huh?
I call it the fake foul.
Fugazi. Well, Drew Gooden at the free throw strike for the Cavaliers. Gooden now with his fourth double-double of the year. Drew with the 13 points to go along with 10 boards. He's been playing just solid basketball on the front line for Mike Brown as Gooden cashes out a pair of free throw makes, and the Cavaliers back to within 3.
Drew has been pretty much the rock for the Cavaliers in that middle. He's been pretty much taking on all oncomers this season.
Chris Webber, who has been on fire tonight as well. Webber to launch the jumper. That one didn't go down for Webber. Daniel Marshall on the glass.
Cavaliers defended the play. He put a hand in his face.
Larry Hughes. Gooden under the rim. Drop it in the cup. Cavaliers back within one.
Always looking for his teammates. Larry Hughes dropped it to Drew for 2.
Assist number 5 for Larry Hughes to go along with a 35 points and 5 rebounds. 6-2 Cavalier run. Whoa! Trying to attack the rim. Didn't go down for Chris Webber. Damon Jones back at the floor. Cavaliers looking for the lead. Marshall going glass. Cavaliers on top by 1. They've come back from 16 down here in the fourth quarter in Philadelphia.
Offensive opportunities, Cavaliers taking advantage of everything that the defense gives them, looking to get the ball down the floor quickly and take advantage of early offense. Larry Hughes dancing. Drops it to Drew for 2.
I hope you didn't turn away, and I hope you didn't leave, as the Cleveland Cavaliers showing you why they have come out of the gate as one of the NBA's best. Coming back from 16 down. For every game, the Cavaliers out-hustle and muscle their opponent, Cub Cadet, and the Cavaliers will donate $100 for the Salvation Army. Cub Cadet, makers of premium lawn and garden tractors. Cavaliers offensive glass, 15 of them tonight, as they continue to really do a job in that aspect of the game. Allen Iverson got hit with a walk. Austin Carr, how about the defense of Larry Hughes as he chased Iverson through picks?
Well, the guy who was guarding the pick setter, Michael, gave him room to get through on that pick. Consequently, Larry realized he couldn't beat him over the top. He slipped the bottom of the pick, caused Iverson to travel because he was right there in his face.
A world of time left, but the Cavaliers will head to the offensive end with something they haven't had all night long, a lead. It is their first lead of the night. LeBron James gave it up. Gooden measuring Webber. Shot clock at 5. Iverson came from the weak side and ripped it away. Iguodala darting to the hole. It went, plus the Cavalier foul. It's going to go on Drew Gooden as Andre Iguodala had one thing in mind, going to the hoop.
Iverson coming down on the break. Good catch by Iguodala there, and he lays it up. Nice hanging in there. Goes to the line, opportunity for a 3-point play. Good move by Iguodala inside. Cavaliers defending well.
Andre Iguodala to finish off that three-point trip. Philly by 2, so the Cavaliers lead lasted 1 possession. And now we're inside the 3-minute mark. Larry Hughes with LeBron James, Damon Jones, Daniel Marshall, Drew Gooden. Hughes got bumped, and he's going to the free throw line. Well, Larry Hughes, he is so
relentless.
Assertive. Yeah, relentless, good word too, with a basketball. When he wants to get to that rim, he makes sure he's going to, if not, get the shot to go, AC. He's always drawing contact.
Right, little dance with the ball before he draws a foul. But if you think about what's going on, Philadelphia's been turning that corner, but Larry's been turning that same corner on them also all night long. So both teams not handling the pick and roll well as far as stopping the guy's penetration going to the basket.
Larry Hughes with 36 tonight, looking for 37. He'll do that perfect twice from the line. Hughes with 37. And for Larry Hughes, the career high is 44 against the Denver Nuggets. Salmon's picked up the dribble. Hughes now trying to match his forward teammate Allen Iverson. Iverson got it back. Came up on the underside of the rim. Hughes got help from Gooden.
Super weak side defense. Drew was right there waiting for Iverson. He had no shot.
Hughes on the kick out. LeBron James gets past the Drew Gooden and playing volleyball to James. Yeah.
Playing volleyball.
Shot clock at 10. LeBron heading to the rack. Didn't stay in the hole. Gooden with an offensive board. It'll be Cavalier basketball.
Good hustle inside. He didn't get the call, Michael, but the second and third effort is what counts. LeBron getting inside. Can't get it to go down, but Drew is good hustle by Drew. Inside, I thought he would get a call. Cavaliers have to execute.
The Cavaliers continue to be so assertive, crashing the offensive glass, and Mike Brown's going to get a timeout, a full timeout, with 2 minutes and 8 seconds left, and the Cavaliers with just about a clean 24-second clock, as they'll still have 23 on the inbound. I want to remind you, as we approach the season of giving, Thanksgiving right around the corner, and the Christmas season, Lighthouse and the Cavaliers have teamed up to create a one-of-a-kind tree that will be auctioned off for charity. Bid live at Cavaliers games from now through December 20th or online at Cavaliers.com. All proceeds benefit Cavaliers charities are funded the McCormick Tribune Foundation. What a Saturday night of NBA hooping here in South Philadelphia as the Cavaliers have come from 16 down here in the second half. And LeBron James has recorded his 5th career triple-double tonight. 31 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
Well, Michael, he's been all over the place this evening. Passing the ball, Cavaliers moving well without the ball, and LeBron making the passes right on the money. Cavaliers laying the ball in, and on the offensive end himself, as far as the shooting is concerned, he's been attacking the basket, same as Larry Hughes all evening, getting nice layups to the basket.
Cavaliers still with a lively bounce in their step. Damon Jones, Drew Gooden, Larry Hughes, Daniel Marshall, and LeBron James on the floor. So there's the 5th career triple-double we've been talking about. Hey, for both these clubs on a back-to-back night, they are both competing at an extremely high level.
Yes, they are, Michael, and the energy level is there, and that's what I like about this Cavalier team. As hot as Philly has been all evening, they've made a ball game out of this coming down the stretch.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. There'll be an offensive foul on Daniel Marshall. He tried to set a screen and fade to the corner. And he got hit with the offensive foul as he was putting a body on Kyle Korver.
Well, let's take a look here, going down. Yeah, maybe he didn't stop right away, and you're supposed to come to a stop before you set the kick.
Larry Hughes continuing to check out of Iverson. Damon Jones at 6'3", playing 6'7", Kyle Korver. John Salmons. Iguodala. Should have been a walk. They missed it. He laid it in the hole. Mike Brown was screaming for that travel, and it looked indeed like Iguodala maybe shuffled.
Michael, he moved his feet, little stutter step before he put the ball on the floor.
Now Philly by 2. Hughes tried to cross over. Plenty of time on the shot clock as Hughes want to take Korver. Hughes for the tie. Didn't drop. Chris Webber on the glass. Cavaliers need to stop here.
You don't want to get into one man bouncing the ball and other 4 guys watching. In this situation, force them to have to guard you with 5 men.
Let's see if the Cavaliers get their stop. Korver off that Webber handoff. Curled out. In the hands of LeBron James. What a matchup that's been tonight with defensive specialist Andre Iguodala. James on the boom by. Get to the rack. Clean in the hole. +1 coming from the line.
LeBron James snoring to sleep, Michael, with the little move down the side. I'm going slow. Now I'm going fast. Into the hoop for 2. Watch, he's lulling to sleep, making him think, and then boom, turn the speed on. To the hoop for 2. LeBron down again, down the lane, nice and slow, and then he turned the speed on when he got to the corner for 2.
LeBron James trying to unknot this with 1 minute and 2 left. He will calmly do that. What a sensational night for the third-year man out of St. Vincent St. Mary High School. 34 for LeBron James. Cavaliers by 1. Weber. Give it up to Iverson. Shot clock at 8. Iverson to turn the corner. Fading away, didn't drop. We're at 35 seconds left right now. Cavaliers trying to extend this lead to 3, maybe to 4. LeBron James in that 1-4 set against Iguodala.
They want to get Chris Webber somewhere involved if he goes that way.
James got to the rim and floated it home. The spectacular presence and sense of LeBron James continuing here in Philadelphia.
The young man is taking the hoop. Take over the game, LeBron. Do your thing, young man. He's a bad man.
Virtually unstoppable here down the stretch.
Down the center, back between his legs, strong to the hoop, and he got the extra step and he let it go. LeBron to the hoop for 2.
James with a finger roll.
Back between his legs, he got the advantage. Boom. Cut him off, that's why he got the extra step. He didn't get a chance to make the first step. Boom, cut him off, bang, for 2.
5 consecutive points for LeBron James. What a night of offensive mastery.
Yes.
This both ways. Both teams. James and Hughes have been sensational. Drew Gooden has been relentless. And Allen Iverson and Chris Webber have been phenomenal for Philadelphia.
Well, one thing, Michael, before the game, we talked to Steve Mitch, who does the broadcasting on their end. And one thing he did say they were having problems with is defending the good team. They can score points, but they do not defend the good team. Cavaliers have gotten them into a half-court game. Now the deficiencies of Philadelphia are starting to show.
All right, Cavaliers by 3. Now Mo Cheeks is drawing this up.
Right.
They've got a terrific three-point specialist at Kyle Korver. We know that Allen Iverson, although the numbers don't say he's a great three-point shooter,
right,
we've seen him about a gazillion times in his career hit big threes when necessary. So Philadelphia, do you think they're going to go for the 3 right here? Might they try for the quick 2 and elongate the game?
I would say they would. If they're going to get the first good look, they go for it, Michael, I think, because I don't think they want to take a chance in missing the shot and not having another opportunity. So, Iverson's going to go. What you want to do is level him off. Don't let him have the advantage. You make him go level, not back.
All right, Philly with only a 20-second timeout left. Cavaliers have ball. 20.9 left.
Here it comes.
Iverson's heading to the rack. Well, they got exactly what they wanted. The shot didn't go down.
Right.
As Derek Stafford blew the whistle, Iverson will go to the line. They wanted to attack the hoop quickly.
Well, see, on top of that, though, Michael, if someone had been there on the defensive end in that middle, he wouldn't have had the shot. And Harry wouldn't have to ride him so much. Somebody should have anticipated that and met him somewhere in that lane and make him make a great pass to beat you.
Art Iverson trying to cut this Cavalier lead back to 1. Allen Iverson with 36 tonight and 12 assists, the leading scorer in the NBA. Now, some defensive moves for Mo Cheeks. He's going to go with Kyle Korver and Kevin Ollie.
Well, he's trying to get some more foot speed because Chris Webber, if they bring him away from the floor and put him in a pick and roll, he won't be able to defend. So they're going to try to get some guys that can move their feet better.
Iverson hit the second with 18.2 left. Larry Hughes didn't have a chance to inbound, and now the Cavaliers have burnt, as we just showed you, their final timeout. It's a 20, and it is the final timeout that the Cavaliers have here, so they could no longer stop the clock. Was that Philadelphia? Okay, Cavaliers do have a 20 left, so they're going to make this a full timeout. I will correct that. Let's take a look at our Big Slam of the Night, brought to you by Bud Light. There have been many to choose from.
But LeBron James splitting the defense, coming down the middle. Nice little switch of direction there, and then he hammers it home a la LeBron James style. There it is, the poster man of the NBA.
On a night when, hey, why make this bit all about offense? It's not the way necessarily that Mike Brown wants to win games, but some of those nights are going to happen.
But Michael, this reminds me of when we play.
Yeah, what?
These kind of days, up and down. We try to play defense, but it was more about putting the ball in the basket then.
We're not going to pat ourselves on the back, but I think back in the early part of about late second quarter, I said first one to 125. Not going to be too far off.
That's exactly right, Michael.
Not going to be too far off in this one. As this is reminiscent of something out of the 70s and the 80s.
Right. But when you take a look at how things are going, though, the Cavalier team, they had won games this year when they had to play a slow-down half-court game. Now they're trying to win a game where they had to play an up-tempo speed game. And they're also playing against a team that's been shooting the ball unbelievably well tonight. Cavaliers have a very diverse team. They can beat you in a lot of different ways or compete with you in a lot of different ways.
Very good point. And that's exactly what Danny Ferry and his assistants, Lance Blanks and Chris Grant, are looking to put together as they assessed and wanted to identify what this team needed. So both clubs have a 20 left now. There's 18.2 seconds left as we reset you. Shot clock's off. Cavaliers don't have to shoot the basketball. They're up by one. They got to inbound, though. And Kevin Ollie's going to go wrap up Damon Jones right away. So Damon Jones at the free throw stripe for the Cavaliers. And Damon Jones, one of the quality free throw shooters on this Cavalier ball club. And he's going to need to hit a couple to keep it a one-possession game. So Maurice Cheeks opted to, as we said, elongate the game by, on that last possession, having Iverson just attack the rim right away rather than shooting the three.
You're right, Michael. They have to stretch the game at this point.
Well, Damon Jones has connected out his first. Jones, who hit the two big threes here in the second half. Damon now with 7 and looking for 8. And Daniel Marshall with slow starts in the first half tonight, but they've combined for now 14 points here in the second half, 7 apiece, to help augment LeBron James and Larry Hughes. Damon Jones, just nothing but spring music, calmly, never touched the rim as he connects out a couple of free throws. And the Cavaliers lead it by 3 with 17 seconds left. Oh, what a night it has been here with this furious Cavalier comeback after trailing by 16. And you're going to want to be at the Cube as the highly anticipated Cavaliers Navy uniforms go on sale November 26th. But if you order your Navy uni, and now through Tuesday, you'll receive a very special gift for shopping early. Offers limited while supplies last. Visit the Cavaliers team shop, Cavaliers.com. Call the number you see on the screen. Cavaliers Navy uniforms, respect the past and represent the future. And representing the future for the Cavaliers, I think Elton John once sang about Philadelphia freedom. How does combining for 73 points sound to you? That's what Larry Hughes and LeBron James have done tonight. 37 for Hughes, 36 in the triple-double for LeBron. Cavaliers by 3, 17 seconds left. Weber to triple. Came up flat. Iguodala, though, with an offensive board. Salmons going to go to the rim and flush that down with 6.7 left. 1-point game. David Jones got held by Andre Iguodala. So David Jones will step to the free throw line. He's going to need to hit a couple of more to keep this a one-possession game where the Cavaliers are top by 3. You know, I was watching opening night here in Philadelphia. It was the night before the Cavaliers opened the season with their home win over New Orleans, but Philadelphia had an 11-point lead with roughly about 3:45 to 3:50 left on opening night, and they wound up losing that one to the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's see if the same thing happens tonight. Damon Jones, right man, right spot. 3 for 3 from the line now in the last few seconds. No timeouts for Philadelphia, and there's nothing. They've got to get up to 4 now. Jones needs to hit this to extend it to 3. Got it. Damon Jones 4 for 4 for the strike. 5.5 left. Iverson. Got to raise up. 3 in the tie. No! Game over. You can book this one to the Cavaliers. A stirring second half comeback. The Iverson 3 didn't fall. And LeBron James, Larry Hughes, Drew Gooden, Damon